All right, last month I had the honor of being invited to serve as MC for President Barack Obama during his Miami Beach visit with Mark Anthony. It felt awesome to have the president thank me.
I want to thank Enrique Santos.
But it feels even better to thank and welcome him on my show. The coolest president I have ever met. Actually, he's the only president I've ever met. But trust me, he's the coolest. Mr. President, how are you?
It's great to talk to you, Enrique. How you been?
Same here, President. Great to have you on, and hopefully this will help prove that you and I have actually and really fist-bumped, because some people think that my presidential fist-bumping pictures with you are photoshopped. They're not.
You know, that is the genuine article right there.
You're in the top 10 most followed on Twitter worldwide, up there with Shakira, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, and you sing very, very well. We got to remember that.
Absolutely.
So in love with you.
You ever think of getting into the music business?
You know, I tell you what, I'm really best in the shower, so I think there's going to be a limit to how many performances I can give.
We'd have to ask the First Lady to see if you're any good singing in the shower or not. Mr. President, you fired us up and have been the first president in U.S. history to positively organize and maximize the Internet. But did you realize that the net and social media would play such a big role in politics today?
You know, I have to tell you that when we first started running, I didn't see how explosive it would be, but during the course of our campaign, we had great support from young people, and young people are always early adapters of technology. So we started seeing people using MySpace and then Facebook. Twitter was not as big at that time, but now obviously has blown up. And I think it's a great way for young people to get involved, to get engaged, to find out what's going on, and then to organize themselves. And we've really seen a huge difference in terms of how young people are reaching out to each other.
You have made history in so many different ways. Which would you say is your greatest accomplishment, what you're most proud of as President of the United States?
Well, you know, what I'm most proud of is the work we did early on to prevent the country from going into a depression. You know, the Recovery Act helped provide tax breaks to people all across the country at a time when they were going through a tough time. We put people back to work as teachers and firefighters, and rebuilding roads and bridges, and stabilized the financial system, saved the auto industry. So all those steps that we took early on, many of which were tough and sometimes unpopular, I think really helped to put us back on a path to growth. But obviously we've still got a long way to go. There are some issues that we have gotten partial victories on. The administrative action that I took on the DREAM Act kids, for example, takes the cloud off of them when it comes to being able to live and work in this country. These are young people who are Americans by every definition except a piece of paper, and we still need to have comprehensive immigration reform. Healthcare, obviously I'm hugely proud of the 30 million people who are going to be able to get health care for the first time, and
right.
We still have to implement it, though, and so this election, I think, is going to really set the tone for us being able to follow through on everything that we need to do to make sure that we've got a strong middle class and that the American dream is alive and well.
Absolutely. What's been your most difficult decision, the most difficult decision you've ever had to make as president?
You know, the toughest decision probably was early on sending additional troops to Afghanistan, even as we were ending the war in Iraq. But I thought it was very important for us to roll back the momentum of the Taliban and to put us in a position to go after al-Qaeda hard and go after bin Laden hard. Because of the courage and bravery of our troops, we've been able to accomplish those things and obviously take out bin Laden. Mm-hmm. But whenever you send young men and women into battle, you know that some may not come home, and that's a really hard decision.
So you're up for re-election. You talked a little bit about your policies now. Obviously, November 6th, we all know that. Let's talk about the differences between you and your challenger, Mitt Romney. If we can break this down now. We talked a little bit.
Well, look, I think it comes down to two fundamentally different visions of how you grow the economy and grow the middle class. Mm-hmm. Mr. Romney thinks that if we provide more tax cuts to the wealthy and we roll back regulations on banks and insurance companies that we put in place because We want to protect consumers and protect the economy as a whole. He believes that somehow will improve the prospects of everybody. And that's just not our history. We tried this in the decade before I took office, and it didn't work. So I've got a different vision that says, let's invest in better schools, hire more teachers, especially in math and science. Let's make college more affordable. Let's bring jobs back here to the United States by changing our tax code to reward companies that are investing here. Let's lower our deficit, but let's do it in a smart way by asking the wealthy to pay a little bit more, and that way we can still keep a strong safety net for our seniors and still provide our young people with opportunities to go to college, rebuild our roads and our bridges, invest in science and research. So that's my vision, and I think that ultimately this election is going to come down to who do the American people have confidence will help to grow the economy and put them in a place where they're more secure than they are right now.
The Enrique Santos 60-second drill with President Barack Obama. Mr. President, the objective is to answer the questions as fast as possible, and of course, have fun while you're doing it.
I'll do my best.
All right. Your favorite actor?
Say you said as quick as possible. I love Paul Newman, but he's passed away now.
Your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show right now, a show called Homeland.
Who picks your ties?
I pick my own ties.
Cool. First Lady has nothing to do with that?
Only on my birthday.
And happy birthday. It's right around the corner, by the way.
Absolutely.
Your favorite Latin singer?
Got to be Mark Anthony.
There you go. Favorite NBA player?
Well, Michael Jordan when he was playing.
And now?
Now I got to go with Derrick Rose just because I'm a diehard Chicago Bulls.
There you go. Your favorite politician?
Other than myself. Actually, if it's anybody, then I've got to choose Abraham Lincoln.
Your least favorite politician?
I'm not going to comment on that one.
Okay. You want to be politically
politically
correct on that one. I respect that, Mr. President. And, of course, your favorite radio personality?
Well, that's got to be Enrique Santos.
Mr. President, thank you. I want you to know that I respect and admire you greatly. You're a man of conviction, a man with real solutions, a leader and a constant fighter for true equality. Like I told you up in New York City with Ricky Martin when I thank you for affirming your support for same-sex marriage, you told me, Enrique, it was the right thing to do. Well, Mr. President, I want to thank you for always doing the right thing.
Well, I appreciate that so much, and make sure that you tell all your listeners, even if you're not convinced yet about voting for me, you've got to make sure that you go out there and vote because that's part of citizenship, and I always want to make sure that everybody gets involved in this process.
What's your last message there for the undecided voter that's listening right now? Why should they vote for Barack Obama and not Mitt Romney?
Well, I think that I want you to vote for me because, I've seen in my own life what this country can do. I wasn't born into wealth or fame or power, but, this country gave me a chance because when I was growing up, everybody could make it if they worked hard. And I want to make sure that we restore that same kind of opportunity for every single young person here in America, and everything I've done has been geared towards that objective, and we've made progress, but we got more work to do.
Sounds great, Mr. President. Your next visit in Miami, I'd love to have you here in studio with me.
Look forward to it. Talk to you soon, man.